Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy, Mad Scientist. Man, got a lot to discuss today. A lot of things going on. It's gonna be a stream, y'all. It's gonna be a stream. Um, First and foremost, I think for the most part, I'm getting to the point where um, I'm going to be streaming, not podcasting. Okay, so when you see me come, then I got to get to the point where I have a consistent schedule, obviously. Right now, I'm just kind of still in that purgatory stage where I'm learning, seeing what happens, seeing what works, seeing how I want to proceed with things. But I haven't really figured out like what's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do smut. I'm not going to be doing journalism. Um, and I don't want to do how-to videos. So the question is, then what? Like, why would you even want to watch my streams? I think for the most part, what I won't mind doing is letting you guys see what I do when I do it, right? Like, there are certain things that I do every day in order to make Mad Scientists function as a business. And I don't mind letting you guys on the inside of that. So, and letting you guys hear like my thought processes. Um, Last summer, I decided to go back and finish up my degree, which I'm very proud to say I finished. Only had a year to go. Okay, I finished up 3 years. I had like 2 semesters, and it was always bugging me, primarily because my parents they had their degrees. My mom had very hard degrees. She was an RN and she was a biophysics major. Um, my dad was a history. He had his major and his master's. He's got his master's in history. So it really didn't make there was really no excuse for me not to have my degree. You know what I mean? It's like, why not have it? So I went back and I finished that. My last 2 semesters, I'm very proud to say I got 4.0. Your boy came through. He did his work. You know what I'm saying? I put in work. And it wasn't like easy A's. It wasn't like, oh, all you had to do was just like easy stuff at the end. Nah, I had to do a lot of reading and a ton. Like, I didn't know these fingers could write that much, like type that much. I didn't even know I had that much to say, let alone like write it in the format and be able to like find information through research, comprehend it, and then be able to formulate my own ideas based upon what's already been out there. But I got to come up with some new ideas, and you better not plagiarize, what's already been said. So in a way, it was a good exercise because that's essentially what music is. We take what's already been out there and then we reinterpret it and make something new about it. But at the end of the day, you got to like learn how to take what's already worked and make it rework. Okay. And that's what music is. That's what DJing is. And so going back to school I know a lot of people are like, man, school don't make a difference. And let me tell you, yes, it does. I think a lot of people say that school doesn't make a difference because they feel like if I have a lived experience, then that's what matters more than reading some book telling you about it. And I would say those people have like a kind of distorted sense of what you're learning in school because you're not in school. So you're making an assumption that it's a bunch of how to. Like you just take a bunch of classes, a bunch of how to, and it don't work like that. Large part of it was reading other people's life experiences and them telling you about their life experience and you being able to take that information and then be able to interpret it, right, into your now new life experience. So when you talk about life experience, okay, now how you going to live your life? How you going to go out there and do what you do? How? What kind of decision are you going to make? You're just going to wake up, walk out, and whatever happens, happens to you? That's what a lot of people do. They go out there, they leave their house, go out the door, whatever happens, happens to them. Right? And they just, and I don't want to use the old cliche plan. If you don't plan at all, you're just basically planning to fail. No, it's not about that. It goes deeper than that. It's like, what are you, a human? Or are you just some animal? I won't even say an animal. I won't even say a bug. Are you just like, you have to have, what I'm trying to say is, when I leave this house, I know where I'm going, right? Like I've already made a decision. I'm going to go to the grocery store. And once I say that, well, I got to know where it's at. And then I got to know where to get there. There's so many decisions I got to make. Am I going to walk there or am I going to drive? Walking is something that you're going to be doing based upon experience that somebody else taught you. Driving is the same thing. And so, and then you drive it to the location. And a lot of times, if we don't know where it's at, we go to Google, we go to some kind of app where it's going to tell us how to, Waves or whatever, it's going to tell us how to get there, right? And so this is based upon other people's lived experience, and you're just kind of like reading it. Okay, you're kind of like going through it based upon what somebody else has already set up for you. But if you decide not to go that route, then you could be trying to figure out how to get somewhere, and maybe that somewhere is like a mile away or across the street, but you won't even know because you're just choosing not to educate yourself. And I kind of think that that's what a lot of people do. In fact, I ain't gonna even lie. Like I kind of prided myself on the same thing, like that was looming, like, and I'm very smart and I could figure out a lot of things. But you know what I couldn't, like, I've learned so many things in my life, but the one thing I could not figure out was the learning curve. And the learning curve, just like the curveball in baseball, there's no such thing as talent. Like, you've got to learn the learning curve. You can't be built for it. You can't be blessed by God with it. I don't think it works like that. Even in religion, it ain't God just says, boom, give you that information, and then you're just born, and then you just going through life knowing what to do. I don't think it works like that. I think, we're brought here, however you believe that we're brought here, either through storks or God or whatever. It's up to you. Biology, I think you're given all of the gifts, but then you've got to learn how to use those gifts. And that learning curve is a mother. Like, and that's for me. And I'm telling you, I believe my entire life I've been a smart kid, right? But that learning curve it gets you every time. It gets you every time. And that's college, is figuring out the learning curve. You know, I'm really good at DJing, right? I rock a lot of parties. In fact, I rocked one last night. And it's very rare since I've been DJing that somebody has said, I just, maybe at the beginning, I did have people like, eh. But now it just doesn't happen. I don't care who sat in front of me. I've had Mexican people tell me, bro, are you Mexican? I can rock black people. I can rock Caribbean people, white people. I rock all kinds of parties. But that doesn't happen without a lot of people helping me through that learning curve. A lot. Some of them were DJs that I knew, really great DJs. Shout out to DJ Count. Shout out to DJ Slowpoke. Shout out to DJ Rico. Shout out to DJ Speedy. Shout out to DJ Nonfiction. Shout out to DJ J5. Shout out to DJ, I always call him Jason. Grade A. Shout out to DJ Lazy Eye, Karina. It's a lot of DJs out there. And the ones I name right now, that's not even all of them. But shout out to all those people at those parties. Peter, I forgot about you, bro. Hobbs, kick my ass, right? Shout out to DJ Peter. But it's a lot of people out there, individuals, that taught me lessons, right? And I could not have, someone couldn't even speak English, but they could explain to me. This one dude, I was at this one party and I was kind of unprepared, not because of me, I try to be prepared, but because the person who booked me, she told me what she liked, right? And I had a lot of what she liked, but okay. But you know what? That happens, right? Where the person who books you, they'll tell you what they like, but that doesn't mean that everybody at the party likes it. That's why DJs don't take requests, by the way, because usually the requester is wrong. That's why we're the DJ and you just dance, okay? But I had this one dude explain to me the difference between corrido and norteño, right? And I never could understand it. I mean, it's not the music. I've heard it all my life because I grew up in Compton. So I've heard, but it's not my, I'm not Mexican. I know a lot of y'all think I am, but I'm not. Okay. So it's not part of my family's music, right? But so I didn't know the difference. Like, and this one dude, like he barely speak English, but I was at a party and he explained it to me in his way, right? He was like, norteño is like dancing with your girl. Like, This is corrido is like dancing like gangster. So I was like, oh, I got it. Because I could then relate it to like, to the music that we listen to, hip hop and R&B. Okay. So there's certain kind of music that's like it's good music, but it's not dancing music, not party music, right? And then there's party music, there's hip hop music that's for partying. Let's have a good time, right? And then so he explained that to me. That's part of the learning curve. You know what I'm saying? So if you listening to this and you look and you're like, man, get to the music. I thought this was about Izotope. It is about Izotope. But before we get into that, we got to discuss and talk about, my process, because that's what we're doing. This ain't no how-to video. And hopefully you get something out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because part of the reason why I am where I am is because I am educated. I mean, I'm gonna just put it out there straightforward, like straight up. I'm educated. I mean, it says mad scientist for a reason. Okay. I'm educated, and that education gets me to the point where I meet a lot of kids, a lot of people that are very talented DJs and very talented music producers, but I'm always able to go beyond them, see something more, because I can always fall back onto something that they didn't get that education on. Coming down to just counting bars. That's musical education. The key, yeah, we can have 5 songs, but how do you arrange those songs? How do you know how to arrange those songs? I use my musical education in order to do that. Okay. There's certain songs that have a certain vibe. I use my musical education to establish the vibe. You're like, vibe? Yes, the vibe of the song. And I build from vibing of the songs, then I build up the total vibe of the party. Okay. So every party I have like one party, right? I have one party, and that could be a 2-hour block or a 4-hour block. And then within the 2 or 4 hours, I'm creating various miniature vibes. And those miniature vibes then are created by micro vibes, right? So this is the scientist part. There's a reason why they call me mad scientist. Where is it at? Right there. Okay. It's a reason why. Go down to the micro atomic level, which is the beat. And then you move up to the mini, which is a series of beats. And then you go to the macro, which is, the entire party, and if I'm talking over your head at this moment, then you see why most of the time my parties be lit and yours just be like, oh, okay, they play some good songs. Okay. You can make a playlist to make a good song. I mean, anybody can do that, right? If people just want it, look, here's some DJ advice. The moment that people just want good songs while they dance and eat is the moment DJing is done. People already have the songs. They have Spotify, they have Apple, they have all the songs, and yet I will get 200 people to come on a Saturday morning for brunch. They already have all the songs I'm gonna play. In fact, they have the songs that they want. They can stay at home, make the food they want, play the music they want, and it would be totally cheaper. But why are they coming to my brunch on June 15th? Because what they want is a vibe. Oh, okay, well, can't they create the vibe at home? No, because the vibe is human interaction. That's what vibe is. It's human interaction. That's why vibe became a big thing after the pandemic, because people actually thought we could stay at home and it would just be cool. Just stay at home. Like, you ain't got to work, still get your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be cool. And then we discovered, like, nah, people like going to work because the people at work become your boys. They become your new friends. Like, y'all, what's up, bro? And just talking to them is just one of the interactions. Sometimes you just want to like bump into your guy, like, oh, let you know I'm here, give him an elbow, right? You want to make jokes that you can't just put there on Zoom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to do all these things with people, with humans. You might talk about the stinky person, but it ain't so funny when you can't smell the stinky person. And we don't like the stinky person, but when the stinky person comes in, it just the jokes fly differently. You know what I'm saying? Like when you smell it, as opposed to just when you hear it. You know what I'm saying? Or look, from the guy's point of view, there's just certain people that we want to see. Now, I'm a heterosexual, so I'm not just, like, I'm not trying to like get with there, but you might just be like, damn. And then you got your boy be like, God damn. And it's different. So that's what a vibe is human interaction. And when DJs get to the point where they can't provide the vibe, the human interaction, when people get to the point where they don't want that, then we're out of a job. So even with this stream, like at the end of the day, it comes down to you got to come out to the event June 15th at Agave Kitchen Tequila Bar. You see your boy Matt Scientist. I like to create the vibes. I like to chop it up into certain sections. Then my grandfather was a Baptist minister, so gotta put that into it too. Gotta put that bounce into it too. So yeah, I'm just trying to explain why I went back to school because of that learning curve. You know what I'm saying? That learning curve is a mug. All right, let's get into this. All right, so I've been hearing about Ozone for a while, and I had really no reason to get it, to be honest, because I'm a really good producer, right? And I was able to get my stuff loud and clear right without it. But I discovered something. Um, time. Time. I would spend a lot of time. And what's happening is the more successful I get, the less time I have. Like I'm looking at this clock right now. This stream go last an hour. For real. I don't have time just to be sitting around. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I don't be just sitting around. I literally don't have time to I don't have time to let me see. We'll let you see this part. I'm trying to see like what I can share. Share screen. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's not what I wanted to share. Okay, stop sharing that. Okay, let me go back. Okay. All right, there's something else. Like I'm downloading. Okay, so this Izotope product portal. Okay, so I'm just going to describe to you. Sorry. So the time, that's what it comes down to. I don't have time to be like, I don't have time to be doing what I had to do in order to get my mixes and masters the way that I needed them to do it. And so now it's to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to have to go ahead and do it. So this is the part where you're like, and it was cheap, like it cheaper, not cheap, but cheaper. So Memorial Day weekend, and it was like, get this thing now, or pay way more later. I came in last, excuse me, I came in last night, and I had looked at my phone like, oh, the sale's about to end. They hit me with that. Hey, this sale's about to end, and I just, all right, man, let me just go ahead and get it. So I got it from Guitar Center because I have an account there. You can get it from actual Izotope. You probably get more, but I'll be honest with you. I have an account with Guitar Center. They're not paying me. I just do. And I was like, man, just put it on that one. And I'll pay for it over time, which is a bad idea, by the way. But, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to just fork that out of my account. So I did that, and I got it. What I ended up getting was the Izotope 11 Hold on, let me just pull up. I can pull up Guitar Center and tell you where I got. Hold up. I think it's still on sale too. Track ordered. Hold up. I'm gonna share it. Don't worry. Ordered. Okay. Do I want to show y'all that part? Damn. Hold up. I don't know if I want to show y'all that part. But okay, you know what I can do? Music production suite 6. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's share the screen. All right, there we go. All right, so here it is. Here's what I got, and that's a hell of a sale. Go from like 6 to 3. That's like 50% off. So it's still on sale, and you can get it. What it comes with is Ozone 11. Bring your tracks to life. This is the mastering part of it, and then you get the Nectar, which is the vocal part, and then you get the creative. You get the rig, the guitar rig. This is like effects. I know it says Guitar Rig 7 Pro, but it's effects that you can use even for your vocals or anything else. Now, here's what I did not get. Let me go to the things I did not get. Hold up. Izotope. Okay. So stop sharing that one. All right. Share screen. Share that one. All right. So let me show you what I did not get. Yeah, everybody's having hell of a sale, by the way. If you not buying stuff, then you tripping. All right. So let me make sure you guys are seeing the right thing. Okay. I didn't get the audio repair. I will get it later, but I don't really need it right now. You're gonna get this one for like remixes. If you're a DJ and you're not doing remixes, then you're tripping. You got to be known for remixes. Okay, it has other things that you can do. Another thing you can do with this, if you're a music producer and a DJ, is sometimes you get vocals from artists. And if you're not famous yet, like we're not famous, I'm not famous yet. Okay. So I'm getting stuff from artists that are basically recording in their room. Okay. And there's like low level noise. Okay. You can get rid of all that or bleed through. Sometimes you have you have vocals and there's bleed through. Boom. That's what this is good for. Then you have the Neutron 4. The reason why I wasn't tripping on this one is because I have number one, I have something else that will fix that, right? That I already bought. So this would just be like, oh, I got the matching set, right? I wasn't really tripping on having a matching set. I already have something that can do this. But what this does basically is it will help you unmask things. That's the biggest thing. There's other things that it'll help you do, right? But the reason why you have Neutron is for masking. And I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Dr. Dre will forever be the God. There will never be another producer greater than Dr. Dre. Never, ever, in terms of hip hop. He is cemented permanently number one forever. And I'm going to tell you why. Because what this does for, or this allows us to do within a matter of seconds, and the computer is doing it for us. When people say, like, oh, why did you take so long in order to like put out projects? Oh my God, let's just get it done. This right here, this is the reason. Okay. Dr. Dre had to basically sit there, and what I'll be able to do, what I'm able to do now through a computer, AI, and everything else, masking, he was able to do. That way, everything is clear. Okay. Whereas in hip hop, a lot of cats was just slamming stuff together, right? And you had people like Pete Rock, Jay Dilla, who were Q-Tip, who were able to slam stuff together, and the way they slammed it together, it just made sense. And being a DJ, I can understand that, because sometimes when you separate things as a DJ, like you do like bass separation. If you're a DJ, you know what I'm talking about. Like you take the bass out and let the new track come in. It don't sound as good when you take all the bass out, right? Okay. Sometimes you need that bleed in, and it just gives it something a little bit. But there are some times where you need to just like you got to kill that bass on one track, on the outgoing track, so that the newcomer track will sound better, because it just be like too much, right? Going on, too much information. And Dr. Dre was making these decisions by ear. I don't even know if he had in the 90s. They didn't have, when he was doing music, they didn't have like computers at all doing music, right? And so you had to have it done by ear and by real oscilloscopes. Like, how many people are going to have an oscilloscope in their house? Nobody, but probably Dre did. He had it in the studio. And more than likely, some engineer showed him, told him about it. And that is that learning curve. Okay. He was educated by some really good engineers, and then he was able to execute it. I listened to Mixed by Ali, and he is a very good student of Dre. It's just that he don't share. He don't care about us. He don't share. He gave us some hints, so I will say that Mixed by Ali gave us some good hints, but you didn't really like give us the meat. You let us smell the essence, but you didn't give us the meat. And I get it. It's like, yo, bro, but if I ever meet you, I'm gonna be like, give us the aroma, but you didn't give us the meat. But back to my original point, because of this plugin right here, Dre will forever be the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Okay, because this is probably the plugin, the AI Dre. This is the AI Dre. All right, so then you got the Ozone level, which I do have, right? And this is the mastering. And the reason why you get it, yes, if you're like me, you probably have limiters, and if you're good, you have some soft clippers, right? That can handle all of that already. Okay. And you're like, well, why don't I get the Ozone 11? And if you have the technique and the education, you're like, why get the Ozone 11? And again, it comes down to time. And what this allows you to do is, this is another reason why Dre will be the GOAT. Okay. Because whenever you master something, you have to have references. You must have references. If you're like, nah, I'm the reference, then you're the idiot. Okay. I'm just tell you right now, you're an idiot. If you're like sitting here, I'm the master, then you're an idiot. Or you're just a producer. You're not a DJ. And if you're a producer and either you don't talk to DJs or you don't DJ yourself, then it's very hard for you. And I know a lot of successful producers. They are successful, but they're not the hit makers. If you look at all the hit makers, Dr. Dre, he was a DJ. Jermaine Dupri, a DJ. Timberland, a DJ. Even okay, we go to the new ones. Metro Boomin is a DJ. Okay, he DJs. So when these guys are making these beats, you're wondering, okay, how is it that they could consistently know what people like? Because they DJ and they're out. Now they may not be as out as much as I am. I'm out, between 4 or 6 times a night, right? But at some point in time, they were out 4 to 6 times a night, and they were listening to what they were noticing. Now they can look and they can see what people like. And so you're building a library of references in your head. Now, once you get those library of references in your head, okay, BPM, I know key, I know sound, I know like vibe. Okay, so you gotta like have those, and that's what mastering people will do. They'll come in based on the library and pull from the library and say, all right, I gotta compare this song to this song. Does it fit? And will it accomplish what I want it to accomplish? So sometimes your reference library will be the radio. Sometimes your reference library will be the club. Sometimes your reference library will be the festival. Sometimes your reference library will be, a TV show, a movie, restaurants. These are all different places where you can distribute your music. And if you're not building a reference library mentally in your head as to how your music fits into with everyone else, then you're just kind of like spitting in the wind. Like you're putting together a beat, you're hoping that it pay. Dropping a jewel, hoping it pay. Okay. And that was cool in the 90s with Tupac. But nowadays, you got to be more strategic with your beat making. So you hear a lot of guys talking about, oh, I make 1,000 beats a day or 100, or I won't say 1,000. I make 5 beats a day. Okay. So then the question is why? Because if you're just making 5 haphazard beats, anybody can do that. Especially now, because you just go get splice and you just go download 5 beats. I made 5 beats, right? Because they have the whole beats. Or you can just take 5 little vibes, put them on 5 beats, standard ass beats, and say, I made 5 beats. Okay, we can all do that all day. And if that's the case, then why are you only making 5? Like you should be able to make 5 within 5 minutes, right? They give you 10. Splice will give you 10,000. Like it's like thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking vibes on there, and you can't go wrong. And don't get it twisted. People are using that. All right, I use it. Right, I use it differently than a lot of people, but I use it. So the question is why? Now, getting back to this plugin, what this plugin allows you to do is find your references, store your references so you're not memorizing, because that's the other part about DJing. Memory, there's not a lot of memorization, okay? Because there's a lot of libation. So anyway, although I did do one last night, I did a party last night with no drinks, no lie. I was drinking water, but no drinks, no alcohol. It was kind of refreshing. Because at the end of the day, I wasn't like all like, okay, I got one more. So I might try that again. Anyway, this plugin right here allows you to build your library of references. Okay. Secondly, you can go get your library of references from streaming services, right? So what that allows you to do is put together a playlist. So let's say like right now, I am working on an album. My project will be 4 songs, right? And I want to know what these songs are going to sound like before I put in the time and energy into releasing them. Okay. If you're smart, all the hit artists, this is what they do. Okay, by the way. Okay, Drake don't go to sleep. And we all know that Kendrick don't just go to sleep, wake up, make a beat, make a song, and then say, all right, let me go pray. Or Drake will be like, all right, let me go to strip club. That's not what happens. They have teams of people who are doing exactly what I do, which is, all right, what's this album going to sound like? And we know that for all the dogs. You know why Drake did that album? Because he's probably going to a lot of different places, and the places that he's going, Europe, Spain, they're not playing the same hip hop that we may be playing. Okay. Like I'm from the West Coast. I don't play like a lot of trap. I'll play the hits. I'll play the throwback hits that people are like, oh, but just trap on trap on trap. Oh, here's some new trap that y'all don't know from a new artist. That shit ain't gonna happen. Okay. So and then I'm pretty sure there's other parts of the US where people are just like, yo, this is what we do. Okay. I don't play no drill. I try to throw it in, but it's gonna be Pop Smoke, and that's it. You know, that's it, because that's the one that everybody knows. Okay. And I'm gonna play like one verse of it. It ain't gonna be like the whole song. It's gonna be one verse. Just kind of like, okay, he played it. Yeah, okay. Because you're gonna always have some New Yorker, no matter what party you go to. And you don't play no New York stuff. Like I said, yo, I play, and then they always laugh. I say, I play Pop Smoke, and they laugh because they can't hate on the fact they first of all, they can't say I didn't play any. Then they want to say the one I played was whack, but they can't, right? Because I played Pop Smoke. You can't hate on that. And then they probably want to say, man, you only played like a little bit, which they're right. But New Yorkers just like to scrutinize everything. I love y'all. I love New York. Like, this is not hate, but I just know how y'all are. Okay. So anyway, number one, back to the plugin. You build a library of references, right? And then number two, after you build your library of references, like once I build my library of references, I can make sure that each of my songs are going to be consistent with my references. Now, obviously, I can, I don't need this plugin for tempo. Obviously, I don't need this plugin for key. I don't need this plugin for my vocals, right? I have that already. But for sonic, the sonics, okay, you kind of want these two right here. But like I said, I have one like this, so I'm not getting the matching pair yet. I'll probably get it at some point, but not right now. Let me pay for these two first, and I'll go get these later. All right. So that's what I want to match. I want to match the sonics. And I could do it by ear over time, but you know what? At the end of the day, I don't have a lot of time to be doing that. So this will allow me to match the sonics. And then I can make sure once I match the sonics of each individual song, I can match the sonic of the entire album or the EP, 4 songs, and make sure they all match. And then once I get that down for that project, I don't have to go back and redo it and oh, did I miss something here? Just save it. Okay. So again, currency right now is time. I'm gonna do 4 songs, but starting in November, I gotta do 4 more. Okay. and I gotta get as much material out there as possible because people get tired of songs quick. Like, this is just the end of May. Cinco de Mayo weekend, I play Not Like Us and Wild. I played like Not Like Us last night. It was like, hey. Now there's a difference between hey and hey. And it's only been 4 weeks. All right. So Drake already knows that. That's why he's going to be dropping in the summer. He's like, man, that song right there, it is loaded, right? You know, Kendrick came with the atomic, like I said before, it was the atomic weapon. And, you know, it's going to be, I'm trying to go after, you know, and this is all like in the spirit of competition. Like, I'm trying to go after Mustard, right? You know, we were both West Coast guys, right? He's from LA, I'm from Compton. So I'm going after this kid, right? He's younger than me, so I call him a kid. Yeah, I'm going after this kid, right? Like, because he's like the best right now. And he's got something that no other West Coast producer can say. Like, he did it without Dre. Like, he came with his own vibe, and man, that brother did it for years, like decades. I think he's counting decades. He's not even counting years anymore. He's counting decades. How many decades am I in, right? So, um, so yeah, like, I'm going after that guy, right? But in order for that to happen, I've got to be out there, out there, out there, out there, out there. Okay. Kind of lost my thought. See, that's why, you know, like the streaming thing, big shout out to Big Act because he does it. He does it for hours. I'm not doing it for hours. So anyway, all right. So that's why you get the Ozone 11. Okay. So that you can master it. But yeah, you can get other stuff to get it mastered. And if you know what you're doing, you don't need this. Right. But for those who say, man, I already know what I'm doing, I don't need it. Yeah, you do. Number one, for your reference, for time, number one. Number two, for your references. Okay. Your references. And that's like the most important thing is time and references. Okay. And your references is at the song level and then at the project level. Okay. And you could store it all there and you could put together your references in playlist in Spotify or Apple, and it'll read. This will read from Spotify and Apple. Yes, it will. And then that way you have the references, and boom, you're done. Now let's go into the Nectar 4. Let's move this along. Nectar 4 is for vocals. Okay. And the reason why you're going to use the Nectar 4 is, and let me go to like the page because I want to be able to like really see it. All right, let me switch this up. All right, so you see, let me make sure. You see right here where it says, you know, vocals, let your vocals shine, right? And it's got a lot of information. Okay. Here's the thing, reference any voice. Now, why is this important? This is not the AI make my voice sound like Drake. No, this is not. Again, if you see this curve right here, what it's doing is it's saying, okay, I put in Drake or whatever rapper, right? Because I can capture it on audio lens, right? And store it. Okay, you can store it once you get it, you don't gotta do it again. All right. Um, Once you store it, you can get your vocals to sound very similar sonically to where the professional, because a lot of these guys they have like, I'm not getting, I think it's the Sony C8000. That's like a $10,000 mic. Like, let me see right here, Sony, because I want to be correct because I want y'all to see. Okay, let me let me switch the screen. I'll come back to that. Uh, Share this tab instead. Okay, let me make sure. Okay. This is the mic that these guys are using. You see these prices? $21,000, $10,000. I mean, I think this one is the C800, the C800G, like 21,000. Like, bro, I'm not ready to spend that kind of money on a mic. Okay. It's not the fact of having it. It's like, I'm just not going to do it. Okay. I'm just not going to do it yet. So when you have that kind of mic, it creates a sonic curve, right? This purple thing, it creates it. And so when you use your $300 mic, which is what I have, it creates a different sonic curve. So you kind of want my $300 mic to match with Drake's $21,000 mic as much as possible. Now, is it the same? No, but sonically it will match. Okay, so that's what you want. And then also it allows you to like figure out where your negatives are, like sibilants and your T's, your plosives. Okay, now it also does some other stuff, right? Like it creates some harmonies. Like, okay, I don't really need that. Now, another thing that it does is auto level. Now, I have another plugin that does this. Waves has a plugin. What's that Waves plugin? Share this. Waves vocal. This is going to go over an hour. Plugin. Which one is it? Let's just go to Waves. Okay. Not plugin. Vocal plugin. I have it too, and I use it. So that's how I know. Okay, here it is. The vocal writer. Okay, so this vocal writer right here, which $49, right? So it's valuable. This vocal writer is the same as this right here. Okay, so I have the vocal writer, so I would not have gotten it for this. Okay, the same concept. You want your vocals to be in a dB range, right? You don't want it to be too low or too high, especially with rap. With anything, you don't want it. Now, I'm actually going to use this point. Who's backing you today, right? Because I'm more of I ain't gonna even lie. One rapper I really do like, and I said if I could be this rapper, I probably would be this rapper, right? And I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for saying this, but it's just true. Nicki Minaj, right? I think Nicki is bar for bar. I think if Nicki was a dude, New York would be like, oh. I mean, I think New York is still like that, but I kind of feel like if Nicki was a dude, like New York would give her way more credit. She would be like the next one, like the person you wanted. And when I get to New York, I'm going to argue this point because I do believe it. Like, I think Nicki was probably the person that y'all wanted after 50 Cent. Okay. If Nicki was a dude, it would be her versus the big three before Kendrick destroyed that concept. Would have been Nicki, Drake, probably J. Cole, and then Kendrick would have came in and broke it up. He would have been the anti Kevin Durant. It would never be a big four, right? And one of the things I like about Nikki is her vocals. Like she changes her voices up, and so and it's not like she never did it before. Positive K did it. A lot of people don't know. Like I Got a Man, that was Positive K, but he sped up his vocals so it sounded like a girl. And then Slick Rick used to do it too. Okay. Slick Rick used to do that, change the vocals up. So that's something that I want to be able to do. And this will allow me to do it, right? So I'm excited about using this, right? And then build your own chain, whatever. So it comes and it looks like this. And it's like we're in the one knob, era now because you have the assistant. And yeah, I will be using the assistant because anybody that knows me, I hate doing vocals. I'm very good at it. And because I'm good at it, I spend way too much time on vocals. Like I talked to my manager and I told him I was like, I said, he's like, what are you doing? Because he's working on some business for us, right? What are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just since I got out of school. He's asking me what I'm doing since I got out of school. I'm like, oh, of course I'm like in here like looking at plugins. He's like, no, you're not looking at plugins. You're like spazzing out over plugins. Because he knows me. Like, I ain't gonna just look and he's like, oh, okay. I gotta like deep dive into everything. So anyway, did the deep dive on this one. So the era of like just spending time on every knob on a plugin is over. Okay. And when I do vocals, I will spend so much time on every knob. That's why I hate doing vocals because I can't let it go. Like I need to find that frequency that's bothering me, and I gotta find it, and then I gotta like tame it, right? And thank God for dynamic EQs, but now we have AI EQs that will find it for me. And I'm probably still gonna sit there and OCD it, but it's who I am. I'm a mad scientist. Let me go. Get off me. So anyway, so you have this knob right here, and AI will figure out all the frequencies, and you just turn it. Like their suggestions. Do you want it a lot or do you want a little bit of it, right? Then you have this is the compressor, right? And this right here. Let me go to the bigger thing because it'll be better if I go here to this part. So this is the compression part. Compression is pretty easy. It's once you learn compression, and like I said, I'm not going to be doing no how-to compressor. You got plenty of YouTube channels. You're just gonna have to learn it. It's like everybody else. Oh well, whatever, right? Once you learn compression, you're good. I will say this: it's not the parameters that's messing you up. It's that every compressor, especially when you're using the ones that the antique ones. There's another word for it, I can't think of it. But the antique compressors, they all react differently to different input sources. So you just can't assume like, oh, well, I'm gonna use this compressor because everybody uses it. No, I don't use the LA2A because it don't sound good on my voice. It just don't. Like I've tried it and I know how to use it. It don't sound good on my voice. So I don't use it. And that's the thing that you have to like understand. Okay. I know everybody's using certain compressors, but you're gonna have to determine. And here's a good thing about compressors now. They're pretty cheap. You can get all of them from the high-end one that everybody uses. I can't think of the name of it right now. Don't even ask me. But it's the one that's like when you're rapping into the mic, you got to have that compressor right before the board. Okay, and Chris Brown uses it. Everybody uses it, right? You can get that. It's pretty cheap. I think it's like 150 bucks. Uh, hold on, let me find out for sure how much it costs. Compressor that everyone uses for vocals. What is it called? The Tube Tech CL. Woo. Okay, so the real one. See, the real one costs $3,000, but you can get the. Yeah, see, that's the one. Boom. Everybody uses that Tube Tech, right? You can get the plug-in. Okay, the CLB Tube Tech plug-in. Tech compressor. You can get the plug. I have the plug-in. It's pretty cheap. I did not pay that much money for it. Yeah, here it is. It's like 200 bucks. Yeah, you can get it, right? And so you can get all of these compressors pretty cheap, right? And you're like, $200. Yeah, man, $200. Okay. Um, Give me all the cookies. Fine. Free. I already have them anyway, so I don't care. I can sign in. All right, so you can get this compressor and you could see how your voice sounds on it, right? So don't just maybe your voice don't sound good on it. You know what I'm saying? And is it worth sending your vocals through this electronics for just, and you're gonna do like a 2-to-1 ratio, and your threshold is you're only gonna get like maybe 1 or 2 dB of gain reduction. So it's really not compressing it a lot, but it's going through the electronics. Your vocals are starting here and coming out here, right? Does it sound good when it goes to that? That's the question you want to ask yourself. Okay. And if you don't, oh, my bad. Okay, share this tab. I was saying right here, I was like talking. See, you're gonna get like this. Here it is. Let me make sure. Okay. So you're gonna get maybe 2-to-1 ratio. Okay, you're gonna get maybe 1 or 2 dB of compression. That's it. It's just taking away the peaks, right? And then you're gonna adjust the attack and the release. There's like I have mine saved. That's why I have to remember. But there's a setting that you use that they really, and you're gonna put it on fixed manual in the middle. You're not gonna even use the bus. You're not going to use all this stuff down here, right? You're not going to. But you basically just sending it through here, start here, and go through here, or you know what I mean, in and out. And you're just getting the electronic effect of it because inside of this it has all kind of electronics going on, and you want that is your sauce. It's kind of like when you make food. Um, like when you make food and you want salt, but you don't want a lot of salt. It's my little touch, right? Or you might say, you know what? I'm black. I don't want no salt because I don't want to get like high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? So you might use something else to kind of give it that taste that you want. Look at that. I'm already over an hour. I'm gonna be streaming. So you just want that taste of it, but you don't want the salt. And so that's what these things do. Okay. And so when I talk about just get the compressors, but don't just assume that it's your settings, and don't assume that every compressor is going to make your vocals sound good. Okay. So then you might say, well, why is everybody using this? First of all, everybody's not using it. Okay. Secondly, if everybody's using it, they're not using it a lot. Okay. And that's the main thing. All right. So let's go back to this. All right. So that's what this is a compressor, right? By the time you've gotten to this point, you've already put your sauce on it. And so now you're just really compressing for whatever reason. Maybe you just trying to make sure like there's not too many peaks, not too many valleys. Okay. This is probably like if I do a deep dive on this, I haven't, but I'm pretty sure it's very transparent. There's not anything added to it. They didn't add in too much saturation effect onto this. They probably made it really, really transparent. Okay. And then you also get the if you want to use it, you get these effects. I'm kind of like on the fence in terms of using this for effects. Um, Using the effects for this one, and I probably will just use. There's this button right here. Like this is like reverb and delay. I'm probably not gonna. I have other reverbs that I like. I'm probably gonna use that because what happens is everything in here is going to be generic. Okay, it's not going to add any color to what you're doing, and color is what you need. Like you don't want to make your whole sound white, right? No color at all, just white. That sucks. Okay, that's how you get really bad mixes. So I'm assuming that this is probably going to be the color white, very transparent, just reverb, just delays, and I like to have color on the reverb. Not a lot of things that'll make it, um, and that's not things that'll mask it. And again, that's why you get that unmasker, right? But I know how to handle that. Okay. Um, but I probably will use the special effects that they have. All right, let me check them out. Let me see how they are. I like those special effects, those modulation machines, things like that. I like those things. Those are cool. I have a lot of them. There's another company that uses it. Sound Toys. They have like a lot of those. I like going through them and just seeing how they make things sound. That's how. Just to digress for a little bit. Um, yeah, I'm using it correctly. I know people always say I digress. They say it last, but let me say it up front. I'm gonna digress for a minute. When you go to Splice and people are like, oh, I don't want to go there because everybody's going to use it. If it's a hot sound, then everybody, nah. This is where education comes. Like I was telling you up front, see how this all matters? This is where education comes into play. You're like, well, what I'm going to do with it to make it sound different? Well, um, education tells you that you can manipulate the sound over time, okay, placement, sonically. And so a lot of these effect boxes, that's what they're doing. They're affecting the input with time, with space, with frequencies. And they all have their little special little thing. And so that's what I do. I get a lot of these little effect box with their special little things and I apply it. And so then you're like, well, where'd you get that sample from? Splice. But it don't sound like something else Splice. Correct. All right. So learning curve. Don't crash on the learning curve. Hopefully I'm not too dark. I don't think I'm too dark. Let me pull this up a little bit. All right. Hopefully I'm not too dark. All right. So that's what this is. And then this right here, it's like an EQ curve again. It'll give you different variations of the EQ curve. Let me go back to the big one so I can really see. I'm blind. I don't know if y'all know that. So that's what this is. So right here, it says balanced. I don't know if you can see it, but it says balanced. So it has dark, balanced, bright, airy. It has different variations. So I did get it for that because, again, time is my most valuable commodity. Okay. And then you have width. I'll probably use it on backgrounds. And then you have this where it says octaves. Again, I'm not to the point where I want to use that yet, you know, just because I can just, I'm pretty good at spitting. So I just spit it again 5 times. I don't need a computer to make it. All right. So it's got some extras, but there you go. Let me see. Let me just go. So I can just go backwards. Okay. All right. So what I bought was this and this. And then I got the it's got other things on here. What else? Where is it? Where is it? 77777. Where is it? Um, where is it? Maybe you have to go. Oh, yeah. All right. So I got this by Guitar Rig 7 Pro. And again, it's just multi-effect rack, and it's just one of those effects boxes, right? And you can check it out on your own, go through all that, and do all that for yourself. Okay. I've already installed what's called the audio lens. Let me go back to that. See all plugins. We're almost at the end of this. Audio lens. Okay, here it is. And it's free. So I've already installed audio lens, right? Which is this. This is the one that talks to your plugins from the services. And so this is what this is doing essentially is creating your reference library. That's what this is doing more than anything. It's creating your library. And so that's what that's doing. I have an imager that I'm going to install. Like I actually hit the button right now. Let me stop sharing. So it's doing that. And then the vocal doubler, it was free, but they want me to get no, I'm not getting it. Yeah. That's authorize, activate, okay, my products, updating data. Let me see, it says authorize, activate. Okay. And it says update. It says that I have the vocal doubler too. Those vocal doublers, like I never do like them, but I'll see how there's like I have one from Waves, and then I use Cubase, so Cubase has it. It's hip hop, so I may just be like, screw it. We'll see. We'll see. I might use it on this project. I just be like, whenever I cut my vocals, I always do it 3 to 5 times anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just use one of those. Like, but we'll see. I'm not sure. Okay, so my products. Okay, so I need to. All right. Install authorize. Okay. I'll add a serial number. Okay. Here we go. All right, let me get the serial number. Nice. All right. By the way, I'm gonna be at Chucky Miller's. I'm gonna be at Long Beach Unified this Friday. All right. Let me go to. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, excuse me if I don't. Is that it? Okay. So that's not. I'm like in real time. Okay. Here it is. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of awkward. Five. Mm-hmm. Do I have to put that in there? The dashes. All right, let's see if that works. Ah, yes. I'll put it on there. Activate. All right. All right. Got it. Oh, Lord. It gave me Melodyne. I'm not against Melodyne. It's just I'm a Cubase user. Try again. What? Oh, okay. That's not with them. Oh, different company. All right. Man, come on. I'm trying to go through all of this. Is that with Izotope? Okay, so they want you to hit the download. Let's plug in the lines. Okay, let me go to this one. All right. I have to go into my email address. Is this one and activate, redeem? Okay. All right. Try again. Okay. I'll probably have to like go into my email, which I'm not. Not that y'all not special, but yeah, I'm going to go into my email. So let me see my products. Oh shit. Okay. They gave me insight. That's for metering. So probably I didn't have to do all these other numbers because I think it's already in there. So I got like 9. I got to install and authorize. It's like real time. Okay, let's authorize, activate. Okay, let's try it on there. Success. Okay, it's on the computer. Okay, Nectar 4 Advanced. It's authorized to computer and iLock. Installing. I will say the one good thing about the NeoVerb is that it's you want your reverbs to be time based, and if I start using it, it's only because you can just click a button. And whereas all I would normally have to do is hold on, let me get out of some of these. All I would normally have to do is do this, like IP makers. Come on. Ugh, my computer's doing way too much. It's like, stop. All I would normally have to do is go to find the time base, go to tempo chart, and find, but with NeoVerb, you just click a button and it does it for you. Like, how lazy can you be? But apparently we are at that point where we are lazy. And so hold on, while it's installing. in my email, it was like all kind of crazy. So I got like copies and copies of the same thing. I don't want to erase any of them, but damn, I got like millions of the same thing. Okay. I'm gonna have to have this made. Come on. Installing saturation plugin. It's taking forever. I don't know if you guys want to hang around while this happens. If I need, I can always go back and get it out the trash. Updating data. Okay. Ooh. Oh shit! They gave me the RX 11 standard. What? I wasn't even expecting that. All right. Well, I got it. Uh, Neovert. I got the Neutron 4. Oh shit! I think I got like. I was like, oh, I don't need it. I got it though. Okay. Hey, have off Neutron 4. I probably don't have the advance. Come on. I'm gonna check it. Y'all want to see? Let's see what I have. Once I get them all installed. Oh, Lord Jesus. This one might be kind of worth it. $300 on the website was $600. But you don't know what level, so it could be the elements part or just the but not the advance. I know I got the ones I wanted. I got the advance, but I may have the Dre AI plugins. Yeah. So then it just comes down to like the learning curve and how to use all this stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, let's get it cracking. All you need is your controller to plug into my Bose speakers. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm gonna be at Long Beach Unified, and it's a spot in Long Beach, and the owner is like one of the most iconic, well-known promoters in the city. And so I'm gonna let everybody know. I got email blasts. I'm gonna let everybody know I'm gonna be there. And let all my followers on Instagram know, let everybody know I'm gonna be there this Friday. I'm gonna get there around 7:30. So so I can set up and everything, make sure I have everything right. Get started around 8 and just stay until he say get out. So, but we're gonna have a good time, regardless. We are going to have a good time. Gonna have a funky good time. We gotta take it higher. Okay. I'm sitting up here just singing to myself while I'm installing this streaming. All right, it's updating. Oh Lord, I got like 5 more to go. Okay, the one I really wanted, Ozone 11 Advanced. Install it. Install it. Watch me lick my lips. All right, 35%, 40%. Oh, I'm gonna knock it out this Friday. It's gonna be lit. I've been practicing for this. I've been waiting for this moment. I mean, if I can't rock that area, if I can't do it there, then I gotta go back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? And I don't plan on going back to the drawing board. It's moments like this, like anybody that knows me know I love Kobe. And you know what? Kobe do, he go in, he take that shot. If it don't go in, take another one. You know what I'm saying? So I already know they don't give me a hard time because I'm new. They gotta give me a hard time. They can't just be like, oh hey. There's gonna be a couple of like, give him a chance, give him a chance. There's gonna be a bunch of fellas in there. Who is this new dude? You know what I'm saying? Who's this new nigga coming in here? You know what I'm saying? Like, let this motherfucker take a Friday? What? Yeah, so I know there's gonna be a couple of people in there like, come on, man. Come on. You just let anybody in. Who's this mother? Right? But I'm going and I'm gonna knock it out. I'm gonna go in there, make sure I look nice and clean. Don't want to go. You don't want to go to no black spot not looking clean. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't want to do it too much. You don't want to be like super ice because then they can take you serious, and they might wait for you at the end of the night. Not just playing. Like I'm just joking. I'm just joking, right? But no, I just want to go in there clean. You know, want to get there on time because that's the thing. When you show up, if your set starts at 8, like mine starts at 8, and you show up at 7:55, they're not going to respect you. They're not going to say, "Oh, you made it on time." You can't say, "Well, no, I just got to hook it in. I'm good." No, no, no. You are late. You got to be like 30 to 15 minutes early. You want to get it set up and then go hit the bar. Be like, "Oh, talk to people." You don't want to be like, "Oh man, I can't talk to you right now." You got to get there early so you can get a feel, you know, let people get to know you, let them kick your tires a little bit, you know. You can't be too good where you just walk in at the last minute. No, you got to go there early. You know, you got to get up, you got to get on, and this is a black thing, but you got to get on that auction block. I know all my non-black people was like, what does that mean? And then all my Africana studies people were like, bro, really? Auction block? Come on, man. Yes. Even y'all know you got to get on that auction block. I mean, it's not good to say, but you do. You got to get on that auction block and you got to like let them check you out first before you just start spinning. And then you know it's intel. You sit there, you talk to people like, "Hey, so what you going? What you doing? What you coming with? You know, I might come with this. Oh, okay." And somebody going, one of the brothers gonna be like, "You don't want to do that," you know, or they're like, "You know what? That'll work. That'll work." You know, so you want to get that wisdom from the people who's been there. You want to get in good with the servers, right? Buy some drinks, tip, okay. Um, you know, and so you got to know the decorum, you got to know the culture, and so that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, here it comes, speeding up, speeding up. What is it officially? Is it official? Official? updating that. What? Okay. Ozone. Cool. Still not done. All right. The relay. I don't even know what the relay is. I gotta look that up. But I don't care right now. It's boom. Must not be a lie. I'm thinking relay is probably gonna be like some kind of delay plug-in. That's what I'm thinking. It's gonna be some kind of delay plugin. I'll look it up though. Then I have the it's coming up next. It's the RX11. I don't think it's the advanced one. It's the standard. Yes, the standard, which is fine because I read up on the standard. I really don't need the advanced one. That's the advanced one. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken. So I don't want to talk about it because I'm gonna be mistaken. But the things I would do for it, like I described to you before, I can do with the standard. So I'm good with the standard. Um, and I'm gonna be happy with that. Like, I'm glad I got this because I thought I was just getting two things. Honestly, I'm glad this was not going to be like a deep dive, because this would be like an 8-hour video. But nah, I'm cool. I'm happy. Coming up on 2 hours of streaming too. Coming up on 2 hours of streaming. Hey, you still got time. If you're on my stream and go to Guitar Center and get that package, it was $300, 50% off. If you missed today, they always do this around the holidays. So Cinco de Mayo, you go drink and then you come home and buy yourself some plugins. Memorial Day weekend, go out, get lit, and go buy yourself some plugins. Labor Day is coming up. Probably 4th of July. They're gonna have 4th of July sale. Yep. So 4th of July is coming up. Wouldn't it be funny if they start doing Juneteenth? Get 50% off Juneteenth. Yeah. My Africana studies people, they're gonna be like, yo, you man. But I got my degree, you can't take it away. Oh, we should have never gave that man a degree. uh shoot, it's taking some time. It's still installing though. Oh, I got two more after this. We're gonna make 2 hours. I'm gonna do 2 hours and I'm out. What is it? 4 o'clock. I gotta cook. 4 o'clock. I gotta cook, and then I'm going to. I gotta cook, and then I'm going to eat, and then I'm gonna go to the gym and work out. That's the one thing I gained like 10 pounds getting that degree. That degree got me 10 pounds. Oh my god, I'm so mad about that. I'm so mad about that. Whew. Mm. Okay, so now we just having silence, and I know you guys are like, Norman, wake up! You look sleepy. I'm not sleepy. My head hurts. Uh, it's. I mean, what's up? Okay, okay. I'm gonna call you. Find out what we need. Okay, also real estate. So I'll be doing real estate. Yes. We need to next. Okay, updating data. Okay, so we got tonal balance too. This is cool. Like, let's go into it, right? Let me go into it because it's kind of worth going into tonal balance. Why is not share screen? And the vocal synth too. Okay, so let's go into the tonal balance because I feel like it's important. Okay, so the tone balance is another way of just sonically crafting your mix based upon references. And the reason why they get this away for free because now they have a situation where you can go and get song per song. You know, like, hey, I can compare it. I can compare my mix to another song, individual song. And you did that with hold on. You did that with damn, I got the Neutron and the RX-11. What? You did that with where's it at? See, my head's hurting. That's why I'm forgetting everything. See all plugins. With the plugin that you could audio lens. Okay, so they have audio lens now. So you can get all, right? You can get, and because you have this, and also I have they gave me the Ozone limit imager for free and the vocal doubler for free, which the imager is just more like stereo. And so anyway, I want to be able to show you why. Okay, so the audio lens, you can do any track, go take this, go to the streaming service, and you can, reference track by track. And you can even do it now with vocals. Like you could reference vocals. Okay. So you can go to the streaming service, pick up a Drake or Kendrick song. It's a full song, right? But it will just take a picture of just the vocals only. Okay. So it'll do that. It'll do the full track and just the vocals only, right? And then you use those references, your library of references with man. Okay, so you use your library of references with Nectar, Ozone 11, and also Neutron. I got it, so I can tell you that. All right. Tonal balance was that before. You see where it says mixing and mastering. It was that before you could do that. Okay. And so if you notice on here, it even has like, 12 target curves, like you create the curve. And it has 12 target curves, one of them being hip hop, blah, 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 right? And relay and adjust your tracks, fix your mix in one window. So I think if I'm not mistaken, this helps you out with the old school way of masking. That's why they're giving it away for free, because this was all the stuff that you can do now with these, but before it got to that, what the hell is relay? Adjust your tracks, gain, pan, stereo, image, and more. Mixing tool. Okay. I think what this whole thing was doing was what this does, Neutron does, all in one. But they still give you this other stuff. All right, let's throw all this stuff in. But basically, if you get this, you're fine. Okay. And I guess they would say, well, you can also use it with mastering too. Okay, cool. But if you have these four right here, you're good to go. Okay. So anyway, oh, thank you for that offer. I'm getting like offers now because I'm all up into. All right, so I believe that I have everything, all my products, audio lens, Insight, Nectar 4 Advanced, yay. Neoverb, Neutron 4, Ozone 11 Advanced, Ozone Imager, Relay, the one, RX Standard, cool. Tonal balance, vocal doubler, vocal synth. Vocal synth is more like it's a synth. Okay. So you can go to the website and read about it. I'm not going into it because that's not what I do. All right. So I think I have everything in here. All right. So I can. So I want to check something out really quick. Hold on. That's e-licenser. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it? Where is it at? Wave Central. Oh, there it is. iLock. Okay. No. Desktop. Oh. Okay. Let me go into Cubase. Gotta check and make sure. Okay, we can stop sharing on that.